When the Hierophant comes in reverse, that means you're doing things against the grain, against the way society thinks you should. You're thinking outside of the box. You're going from how it works best for you, regardless of how other people think you should do it. And this is where you're really taking a different path to your victory, to being victorious in what you're doing. And other people don't kind of see it the way you see it. They may be judgmental. They may be saying, trying to give you good advice that, isn't working for you because it's how they did it back in the past. And now that you're in the present, things have changed. Now, adjacent possibilities with the Death card is talking about transformation, much needed changes that came from not so much out of the blue, but out of everyone's control, like something that has to happen, be brought to light in order to be dealt with. Something that might have been hidden, but now it's time to deal with it straight on. You may be victorious in taking over this energy and getting past it and through it by looking at it from a different perspective, by going against the grain, by kind of doing something that no one else would think of, or think that would be kind of like a good, safe idea because it's not playing it safe. So let's go ahead and pull an emotion card to see how that is adding to our set. Clarity of belief. Yeah, very interesting energies because of the Hierophant in reverse. This is really being clear on what your belief systems are, your motivation, your motives, your foundation from, your past into your present, and being clear about where your present and future are going. Sometimes the things we learned in the past, whether they were good or bad, don't help us right now. We have to adjust our thought process and look at it from a different perspective. We're always learning and growing. So when we do that, new things come to us that we have to dissect and see if that works for us or not. We're always have that door or that channel open for new beginnings and to kind of study new things that were not present to us, that we didn't have any knowledge of. And we're always learning. So as we take that knowledge in and we apply it to what has gone on with us in our past lives, we're able to build upon that. Oh, look at this. They're coming in with control. Interesting. I feel that they feel out of control right now. They feel people watching them. They feel that they need to really reestablish control with whatever the situation is. And what the door to adjacent possibilities with all those doors is that they have so many choices. There's a transformation at hand and they're going through a lot right now. Whether they pick the correct choice or not is yet to be seen. I feel like people are watching them. I also feel that you're extending an offer to them with clarity of belief, and you're letting them know where you come from and how it's worked for you. And you're trying to let them know and share your energy. He has his hand out, all this beautiful energy in a butterfly all around, which is all about transformation and making things happen for yourself and really believing in yourself. And you're showing that to other people. This one has two eyes behind the control. So this is telling me that they're being watched, they're being judged, that they're really being put on display as to making the right decision. So let's go ahead and pull some cards here that are going to reflect your obstacles and or challenges, Taurus. Conflict and defeat. Back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Okay, so you have been challenged in the past. Severely challenged when you have conflict and defeat as well as disruption. But if you notice in between those, you have material and spiritual prosperity, and prosperity begins. You don't let that hold you back. You don't let that stem what you want out of life. This is not something that you're going to look on and be like, this is what knocked me down and I couldn't get back. I couldn't come back from this. I couldn't reinvent myself from this. You were like, oh, hell no. All right, so that happened. All right, fine. Next. I'm going to take the next one. I'm going to believe in myself. I'm going to believe in this. I'm going to believe in this relationship. Whatever it is that you believe so wholeheartedly, that is what you're going to be victorious in. Whether you just believe in yourself and believe where you need to be and how you can reinvent yourself after your conflicts and after your defeats, that is where people are recognizing your spirit and recognizing your strength. And you could be getting people asking you how you got to where you are. Why are you so strong? I went through this and it nearly killed me. You go through it and like, bam, you just come up smelling like roses and starting something new. How can you flip the switch? This person is too much in control. They're trying to control all the possibilities. They're trying to really control every single aspect of what's happening, and you're going with the flow. If you notice, all the beautiful flow and all the beautiful energy is because you believe in yourself, you believe in the situation, you believe in what you speak. So you're putting that out there, you're putting out your intentions, so when you do stumble and you do have roadblocks, that you don't let that hold you back. Yes, see, control and solitude for them, as well as death. Stand your ground, trying to hold on to what they have. Oh my gosh. Discontent and boredom. Yeah, when they're in control like that, they're not flowing freely. They're not letting that vibe in and out. They're not raising their vibration. They're stuck in that evil circle at all times. Deception and envy. Yes, yes, absolutely. They're trying so hard to obtain what you have, not realizing that what you have is flow. You're letting it in, you're letting it out. You're not letting it bother you, you're not letting it hold you down. They're trying to be so controlling. This is reminding me of like a Libra energy, and I'm not going to call up the Libras because I am a Libra, but this is where when Libras get scared, and they have too much going on and they have too many options and there's transformation happening that they're not in control of, they start to panic. Okay, and they hold really tight to what they have, and they become very Four Pentacles, like, they hold it all to their chest, and they have to make sure that they know exactly what's going on, and they will retreat. Because when a Libra retreats, that's when they start processing, and that's when they start relaxing, and they start figuring out what it is that they need. Now, they can also go into the other aspect where they're envious of how your energy flows. They want to be able to flow like that, but they don't realize that, or whatever energy this happens to be, when you release the control and you give it to spirit, that's when all the blessings come in. That's when the new energy comes in. That's when spirit pushes you to release energy that no longer serves you right now, whether it's negative energy or negative or past energy that is holding you back. And we need to have more of a free flowing energy with spirit in our surroundings in order to get all the blessings that are due to us. They're very afraid of being judged, this energy here, because look at these two beautiful big eyes, blue eyes staring right through the card. The easier it will be. And it's the complete opposite. Once you let go of the control, that's the easy part. That's when that part starts flowing. Here we have Knight of Pentacles, slow moving offers, taking your time, knowing that when one thing doesn't work, another thing will open up. Hangman in reverse, looking at things from a different perspective, even though it's not very clear. You're looking at it from every different angle that you can to find that new beginning. And that's why you are so successful, because you're not going to let that one block stop you. Two of Pentacles in reverse, talking about not being able to adapt and balance. Okay, you're weaving and bobbing and weaving and bobbing. It's not a sure footing right now. Teamwork is coming in with Three of Pentacles, three like-minded people. There could be three people to a situation in this regard. I feel this more has to do with, I don't feel like this is a third-party situation, although I could be wrong. I just feel that there's an imbalance in the powers because there are more people involved in the situation, if that makes sense. Three of Wands in reverse talks about not seeing their future, afraid of the unknown, doubting themselves. That's the control. Yep, doubting themselves. Strength in reverse. They don't have faith in themselves and or the situation because they can't be in control of it. Okay, so when this comes in with the Death card and the transformation and the changes, they're trying so hard to control it that it backfires on them. Yeah, look. Nine of Swords in reverse. They stop talking about it. They stop communicating about it. They start to clam up. They're fidgety. They're aggravated. Scattered energies. It all comes back to the control factor for this energy. There's so much going on, and they're striving for control in any aspect that they can grab a hold of it, and it's backfiring on them, and it's making them feel worse. It's making them feel down. It's like a heavy energy on them, and the more that they try, the worse that it gets. Ace of Cups in the upright. A new beginning, a new level of flowing, a new offer, something that is very important to them. And that is what they're trying to control. They're trying to control what the new beginning is. They're trying to control their emotions. They're trying to control everything around them. And it's just becoming so overwhelming for them at this time. And you're there for them. You want to work with them on this. You want to help them out. You're offering your help, your knowledge, your expertise. You've been there, done that. But it's a back and forth situation. It's like everything's good and then it's not. Then we start over and then, you feel defeated again. And it's because they're going back and forth. They want the control. They can't have an even balance of control right now. Why can't they have an even balance of control? What is that control, please? Let's try to clarify that control card. I really feel it has a lot to do with being judged by others. So I don't feel like you're giving them control. I feel like even though you have the control over your beliefs and over your vision, I don't feel like you're giving your control away. I feel like you're giving your wisdom to them, your energy to them, your love and your guidance to them as they go through this. And then they back away and then they hold firm to what they think they need to hold firm to. But it doesn't make them happy. It makes them very aggravated and envious. They're deceiving themselves. But why do they want all this control? They're trying to control the outcome. They're trying to do what Spirit's supposed to be doing. Okay? The Temperance card talks about faith. Faith in themselves, faith in Spirit, knowing that there's a bigger picture to the situation. And I think they're trying to take on the divine's job. And I think that they're trying to control every little aspect, thinking that that's how it's going to pan out because that's how their vision is. Hermit, yeah, it's not going to work out the way they want it to be. They have to do the introspection and let faith take the reins. They have to have faith in Spirit and have faith in the situation. And that is what they're striving for. So it's like they're competing with God. They're competing with the angels. They're competing with Source and Spirit and guides. They're competing their earthly energy and their ego to try to manipulate and hold on to the situation instead of giving it to God and giving it to Source and giving it to the powers that can actually do something positive with this, because we are limited. They are not. So when we give it to them and we invite them in to kind of help us out with our situations, they can manipulate and manifest things for us way faster than we can. We're just like infants with that, and they can just snap their fingers and boom, a new opportunity comes to us that, is what we've been looking for. Or they throw a challenge at us and they're like, look, I presented this challenge to you like 500 times. You guys are not listening. I'm going to do it again until you actually give faith to us and let us take the reins and follow your path. Don't kind of try to control what we need to control. You control only what you need to do in this very second. Don't worry about tomorrow. Spirit has that handled. So when we overstress about something, it really blocks their energy of coming in. And I feel like the energy that you're dealing with right now is trying to kind of do Spirit's job. And it's not because that they think that they're better than Spirit. It's because they've been through so much. Okay, and they're just trying to hang on to that last shred of control of whatever it is that's going on around them. Like if their house is foreclosing and they're, busting their butt, begging, borrowing, and stealing from everyone they can think of to pay that mortgage, maybe it's in Spirit's best interest to allow that house to go. Maybe after they leave, there's a big, huge sinkhole or something, and it's not worth fighting that fight. There's other avenues that they need to focus on. There's something to be said to stand your ground too much and be stuck. A mother's love. This has been coming up a lot today in today's readings. And a mother's love is a very beautiful card. It reads, A mother's love is reaching out to you at this time and holding you close. She knows how much you miss her and wants to remind you that this special bond of love can never be broken. Now, this may have to do with your mom, or you're a mom or a dad, and you're dealing with your child, male or female, and they're doing things and pushing the boundaries and trying to take control over a situation that you know they're making all the wrong choices. Okay, this can also be just in reflection to a special bond you have with someone, whether they're female or male, that is very important. In a lot of cases, as we grow up, we think we kind of disappoint our moms and our dads, but the bond with a healthy relationship can never really be broken. It can be bruised, it can be stretched, it can be, really tough sometimes, but you always come back together as family. And I feel that this is what this message is meaning, is that there's a deep connection with this energy that you're dealing with for the month, that you're really trying to help out, and you're trying to be that mother figure or father figure and let them know that while they go through this crisis, you're going to be there for them, and you're going to kind of like be their support system. Their spirit message is coming in as forgiveness. And it reads, holding on to resentment and anger is preventing or even suffocating your spiritual growth. Resentment is often one of the strongest and most damaging of human emotions. The act of forgiveness is in its own right is equally incredibly powerful, and it has the capacity to heal and transform. Two transformation messages here. They have to forgive. Spirit, forgive themselves, forgive the situation, forgive another person. If they're holding on to that resentment, and that's why they're so stuck in the solitude, as well as the firm foundation, they believe that they were right in an aspect, that they were wronged, and they need to just forgive and walk away. Sometimes we have to accept an apology that we will never truly hear from the person that really needs to say it to us. And if we see someone struggling with that kind of energy with another source, it's really hard, because it's hurting their soul, it's hurting their heart, it's hurting their mindset, and they feel like they're being judged, they feel like they're being looked at, and being accused in the wrong aspect. And so that could be a lot of what they're trying to control, like a last bit of their identity, a last bit of their ego, their self-worth even. And if that's the case with the energy you're dealing with, let them know that Spirit's got this. Go within, feel the feelings, address them, put a voice to them, heal it, let it go, forgive, so that new energy can come in. You won't have to feel that control factor so intensely, and it won't be clouding their judgments as they move forward. Here we have an oracle message, and your guys are coming in as hope, and they're going to come in as focus. Yeah, they're totally focused on this particular energy. You're hoping for the best. You're hoping for them to see things from a different perspective, but they have tunnel vision right now. This is what their passion is. This is what their focus is on. When I have the focus underneath the deception card, because it's so intense, it could be like a little bit of thought of revenge on somebody. So, if they're trying to do that, please steer them in the right direction, because that never, ever works out well. We always have to give it to Spirit and let karma sort out the balance there. That's not for us. Again, that's a control factor. That's not for us. We don't want to get in Spirit's way, and we don't want to get in karma's way. We need to let that flow, let that energy flow, and maybe that's where you're trying to educate this energy, is that you've been through the gamut. You felt that way. You felt like you want to get some payback on someone because they did you wrong or did you dirty. But what made you victorious is that you were able to forgive and let go and rise above that energy. They haven't forgiven and let go of that energy, and that's why they're still in it. But that's why you can resonate so well, because you are trying to help them get that new energy in. You're trying to get them to see it from a different perspective. Okay, so the angel message today is Zana, and it reads, you are protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you. I ask you to relax and feel safe. That's beautiful. That's beautiful for this, because this energy really needs to know that they are being protected, that the worst is over. Now they have to pick themselves up, brush themselves off, deal with what they have to deal with, and move forward from here. Let all that other energy go. There are new beginnings for this person. There are new opportunities for love with this person. I feel like, this may not be exactly like a significant other in the aspect that it could be like a best friend or a sister, brother, whatever, that is going through this, and you're really trying to help them over this hump that they're going through. So Taurus, keep that in mind. You are very strong, you're very stable, and you're very clairvoyant. You've been here, done this. You know what to say and what to do when this energy presents itself, so that you can help them along with their healing process.